to be advanced further. This effort is aimed at the development of Georgia, and in this very vital duty, you may well be aware that modern, well-connected economic growth is impossible without partnership. I want to express my enormous gratitude to the ADB for active support of Georgia and for very long, successful partnership and cooperation. Within this period, we have enjoyed a very significant portfolio in both public and private sectors, $4.5 billion aimed at such important segments and projects like East-West Highway, electricity transmission lines, different municipal infrastructure, education, healthcare, and agriculture of Georgia. With great pride, I want to mention that our country joined ADB in 2007, and as a beneficiary of ADF, now Georgia is playing a status of a donor country within the ADF. This manifests our irreversible route of development. My dear friends, our goal and aim is to further strengthen the country, to fully utilize the potential of the country to become a strong economic, financial, and commercial transportation, logistics, and electricity hub in the region. We aim to have peaceful, safe, and ensured future for our children, and this is irreversible and unwavering. We will continue implementing projects for building a better future, and within this process, seamless support of ADB is much expected. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, without great honor, I invited ADB President, Mr. Masatsugu Asakawa, to deliver his appreciation address. Please welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Welcome, friends, to our 57th annual meeting of the Asian Development Bank. It is a pleasure to be with you here in Tbilisi. Your Excellency Prime Minister Irakli Kobakhidze, thank you for joining us today. For those of you visiting Georgia for the first time, I can assure you that it is a place full of wonderful sights and welcoming people. Just last year when I visited, I stayed in a lodge for a retreat. I remember the majestic snow-covered Mount Kazbeki. I also experienced the delightful Georgian customs of toasting one another at gatherings. I very much appreciate this tradition. Let me recognize the Republic of Georgia for hosting us this week. To the Chair of the ADB Board of Governors, Rashak Tsibiri, thank you for your leadership and excellent arrangements. We come together at a time when the people of our region face challenges that demand our close attention and coordination. The impact of climate change are unrelenting, and the risks from conflict and crisis can quickly undermine their livelihood and even their survival. My friends, this is why development cannot stand still. It requires us to evolve to face the realities in front of us and prepare for the challenges on the horizon. These meetings invite us to reflect deeply on this call to action. How can we work together to build a bridge to the future? I'd like to take a few moments to share some of my thoughts about how we can answer this call. Let me begin with the threat of climate change. This threat cannot be ignored, and our response cannot be delayed. 2023 was the hottest year on record. We see its effect on people and risks to future development. Crops and food systems are increasingly vulnerable. Melting glaciers are causing tremendous devastation downstream. And workers from the fields to factories, especially women, are suffering tremendously from heat stress. This is a grave threat along many dimensions, from food security to infrastructure to water resources, to health, employment, and equality. And so, the future depends on how we support people, sectors, and ecosystems affected by heat. Let me turn now to another priority for the future, the need to harness digital technology and ensure its careful and equitable use. Artificial intelligence, AI, offers a tremendous potential to drive growth and help address development challenges in areas like healthcare, agriculture, and climate change. But developing countries will miss out if they are not able to adopt this technology. There are also risks from AI, such as bias and lack of transparency. ADB is working hard to strengthen the capacity of our developing member countries to deploy responsible AI solutions that follow an ethical framework and drive inclusive growth. We do believe that bridging the digital divide and opening opportunities from AI are key to a more prosperous future. Next, let me reflect on globalization. Our presence in this room demonstrates how deeply our world is connected. We should celebrate this. We should also develop these connections to build greener and more open economies. It might be easy to look back at a pandemic or at current geopolitical tensions and conflicts and conclude that globalization is dead. I do not believe it. It is true that global trade and supply chains are vulnerable to shocks, but the answer cannot be protectionism and segmentation. Free trade and free movement capital have benefited our region for decades, and this must be the way forward. So, let us explore how to deepen regional cooperation in order to build resilience in supply chains, promote cross-border trade, bolster private sector investment, and strengthen financial and tax cooperation. Let's also find ways to decarbonize global supply chains. Actually, trade-related activities account for up to 30% of the world carbon emissions. The uncomfortable truth is that with Asia's strong growth, our contribution to greenhouse gas emission is rising. Now is the time to act to reduce global value chain-related emissions for a more sustainable future. Last, let me stress that our bridge to the future cannot leave behind those who with the greatest need. The poorest and most vulnerable populations, including those in small island developing states, face the heaviest burdens from climate change, economic shocks, and conflict. Our financing must continue to include resources on concessional terms, including grants. The Asian Development Fund, ADF, has been a crucial vehicle for this, and with the replenishment completed on Thursday, we will be able to deliver up to $5 billion to meet these needs. I am thankful to our donors for this support. It makes a difference. I know this because I have met people across the region who face better prospects because of our investments in their future. My friends, our bridge to the future must be the one that is inclusive in this way. No one should be denied the benefit of development because of barriers to obtaining financing. I would like to close by inviting you to take up these and many other important topics, which are crucial for the future of our region. I also hope that you can enjoy meeting one another and taking in the beauty of Tbilisi and the Georgian culture. So let this be my toast to you, to our hosts, and to all those who we serve. I am grateful for your friendship and for your presence today. Let us move forward together as we build the bridge to a more prosperous, inclusive, resilient, sustainable Asia and the Pacific. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking the Prime Minister of Georgia, Governor of Georgia, ADB President, ADB Secretary with a big round of applause as they are leaving the stage. In the best spirit of famous Georgian hospitality, we will try our best to make this busy and important week an enjoyable and pleasant occasion. Now it's time for the opening celebratory performance, an introduction to the culture and history of our country, narrated by Kaha Tolordava, will be integrated into the stunning performances by the Gori Women's Chamber Choir, the State Ensemble of Georgian Folk Song, Basiani, the Sukhishvili National Ballet, electronic music and sound design, created by Nika Machaidze. Georgia positioned itself at the meeting point between Europe and Asia. Georgia being chosen as the host country of the ADB 57th annual meeting, and it's quite symbolic, as the building bridges has never been more important than now, considering all the global and regional challenges. We wholeheartedly support the core idea behind ADB. We envision the future in co-prosperity and increased interconnectedness. And here, together, we are building the bridge into the future.
Turkmenist artists at the forefront of the contemporary art scene. The freedom-loving nation consistently finds innovative ways to express their will and preserve their cherished way of life. The ancient Georgian culture's effortless transition into modernity serves as a true representation of the phrase, a bridge to the future.